Hey, Ren, this is the Olympics. Milan Cortina. Milan Cortina. The day 3 of the Olympics. The opening ceremony is today. It's live right now, but I'm going to talk about the events. We had Nordic Hill. And we had women's Nordic Hill. 3 rounds of training in ski jumping. In the luge, we had 2 training runs for the men's singles, run 5 and 6 practice run. Alpine skiing was the second official training. The first training went canceled due to avalanche, but they had a second run today for Sunday's session, for Sunday's competition. And Lindsey Vonn was scheduled to. She wanted to see if she could go up she could do it, even with her rupture. And she was able to do it. She finished 11th in the downhill training, 1 minute, 40 seconds, 40.33 seconds, 1 minute, 40.33 seconds to put her 11th. So not the medals, but then they did have some fog there. In the heavy fog concerns, it was about an hour delay there. So hard to see. There were some crashes there. There was one runner that crashed, so they postponed it. And then men's downhill third official training. There's a bunch of them that DNS'd. Either they were satisfied with their training, or most likely though it was weather concerns. Because there's one that DNF'd and then a bunch of the DNSs, so for the men. And then we had figure skiing, curling, and ice hockey. We had figure skiing here. The team event. This was on NBC earlier in the day. The figure skiing, the team event. It was the USA pair. It was a team event, ice dance, rhythm dance. It was one man, one woman, one male, one female, and it was USA, France, Great Britain, China, or Canada, Italy, Georgia, Korea, Japan, China, Poland, or they did. And you get 10 points. First place gets 10. 10th place gets a point. And it was 91.06 for USA, 89.98 for France. It includes your routine, includes your technical elements, what you're supposed to do. You have to let the judges know what's going to be on your routine, and did you execute it to perfect? Did you execute it right? As you said, and then you have program components like did you skate well? Did you have good music? Did the music fit what you're going to do presentation wise? You have to present it kind of like a story, kind of like a story. Kind of you want it to be to be have not just be the skating and do the tricks, but you kind of also want to have nice rhythm, nice flow to it, like it tells a story, And then France 89.98, the German Great Britain pair 86.85, 85.79 for Canada pair, Italy 83.54, Georgia 78.97, Korea 70.55, Japan 68.64, China 64.92, and Poland 60.23. And it's a different pair for the United for usually it's a different pair for the rhythm dance, and it's the short program for the pairs, and that's a different pair usually. Yeah, and we have for the pair skiing short program, it was Japan pair 82.84, Georgia 77.54, Italy 76.65, Canada 68.24, 66.59 for USA, China 65.37, 63.72 for France. Poland 60.20, 57.29. In the Korean, there's no Korean pair. And the top 5 teams at the end of the qualification phase qualified to final. So this is the qualifying right here. And top 5 unites, and so we'll see what happens. There's the women's single skiing short program, and the men's skiing short program is tomorrow. It's tomorrow evening in Milan, Cortina, at the Milan Cortina Olympics. And then we had and then Japan got first in the women's skiing singles short program, 78.88, 74.9 for the United States, Alyssa Liu. Italy, 71.62, Korea, 68.60, Georgia, 67.79, Canada, 64.97, 62.2 for France, China, 59.83, Poland, 57.76, and Great Britain, 48.28. And tomorrow we have the men's singles skiing short program. And then we'll have the ice dance, free dance, which is for the final tomorrow. And then pair skiing, free skiing is tomorrow, as well as the women's skating and the men's skating, free skating, for the team event. For the team event. For the figure skating team event. Okay? So, and yeah. And who's going to qualify? Who's qualifying so far? Let's see. The summary. So far, it's United States with 25. Japan is not great at their ice dancing, but they're good at pairs and single skiing for women. And they finish in. So you already know teams that aren't going to qualify. Poland is not going to qualify there, and they're 6 points only. They need top 5 teams make it. So there's 19. So they're out. People's Republic of China with 10, they're out for the most. They're out. Pretty much they're not going to get in. Great Britain's not going to get in. They're 11. They're most likely no. Same with Republic of Korea. They did not do a paired skater, so they're out. France has a chance with 17 points in 6th. Canada's in 5th with 19. Georgia's in 4th with 20. Italy's in 3rd with 22. Japan's in 2nd with 23. And the United States is in 1st with 25. United States of America. Right now, United States of America is going to qualify, pretty much, unless they have like a real flopper. They should qualify for the single skiing, and so should Japan. Japan's a really good ice country, and then Italy should make it. They got 8 in their women's single skiing, so to get 3rd, they'll be in. They'll be 30. France. It'll depend on how France, Canada, and Georgia do in the men's single skiing. Otherwise, USA and Japan should get in no matter what. They're not going to get that bad. Even if they just get, like, in the middle. Like 5, 6. All the United States sees is like a 3 to qualify. So, Japan, all they need is like a 5. So, and they're 10. And their weak link is ice dance, is Japan's. The pair skiing is the United States, but they can get like a 5, 6. Like that. So, oh, yeah. So. And then we have the singles for Olympics, the qualifying and the single, And then we have mixed doubles, round robin curling. We had session 5 on sheets B, C, and D. Great Britain won 7-4 over Sweden. Great Britain 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the and 3 for Sweden, 1 in the fourth, then 2 in the fifth for Great Britain, 1 in the sixth for Sweden, and then 1 in Great Britain had a power play, and then Sweden 1 in the 8th had a power play, but they couldn't. Neither team Sweden didn't have enough, and they forfeited, so they ended at 7-4. And then game statistics, they shot 66% total to the team for Sweden did for draws, 86% for takeouts, 71 total for shot six for the game shot sixes. And then 78% overall as a team for all their matches. Great Britain, 85% shot sixes, 67 takeouts, draws 85%, takeouts 67, and game 79, all total 76. And then Italy and Switzerland, they forfeited. Switzerland forfeited in 7 and 8. They needed like 5. They need a high score, and they just couldn't get it. Italy with 3 in the first, Switzerland 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 4 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth for Italy. And then Switzerland had their power play in the sixth, and they forfeited that one. United States win 7-5 over Canada. Canada with 1 in the first, 2 in the second for United States, 1 in the third, 2 United States, 2 in the fourth for Canada, 1 in the fifth for United States, 6 Canada with 1, and 7 with 3 for United States, and 1 for Canada in the eighth, and then that's 7-5. United States with the win. And I gotta mention this one because Cortina was really solid on overall. Had 11 draws, 93% success shot success. Takeouts 3 had 33% though, but still was really, really efficient. They were, usually in mixed doubles, if you're like mid to high 80s, you're playing excellent, or even in just the 80s in general, you're playing excellent. But they were playing in the 89% and over 90%. So wow, it's just wow, for draws. And then Corey Dropkin, and over 90% total, almost 90% average. So, and those well. And then United States, they had session 6. There was 4 matches today. United States got 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, and then Czechia on their power play got 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth for the United States, 2 in the sixth, and then Czechia forfeited their 7th and 8th ends to win it 8-1. And this was just a real this was the game now that Corey Thies scored, shot in almost 100%, 97% draws. Only had 1 missed draw, not a great, for perfect, like almost played a perfect game. Corey Dropkin had 87% draws, shot success 13, 5 takeouts 8%, 18 total shot for the game, 8 shots 85%. So I just shot really well. But then they had 52% takeouts, 10 for Vitchevsky. He only had 53%. Julia Zengrova had draws, 63% draws. So, and then Italy and Estonia. Italy won 7-4. Italy had 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the eighth, and then Estonia 1 in the third, fourth, sixth, and seventh end. Estonia used their power play in the third, and Italy used their power play in the eighth. Republic of Korea fell to Great Britain 8-2. They played the seventh end, but they did not need to play the eighth. They did not need to play eighth end because even if Republic of Korea got all 5 points possible, they would still not win. So it was forfeited. So they ended early, if the sides choose to end it early, because there's pretty much like high likelihood of it happening, or no possibility of it happening, like there was in this one, Great Britain. So it was over 8-2. Great Britain with 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and then Republic of Korea with 1 in the third and 1 in the seventh. Republic of Korea had their power play backfire. Great Britain actually won their scored 2 in the Great Britain. And then Norway won 9-0 over Sweden. Norway got 1 in the first, second, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. Sweden actually used their power play in the fourth, but it didn't matter, And then tomorrow we have some mixed doubles curling on Saturday. 2 two matches in session 7. Great Britain, Canada, Switzerland, Sweden, and then in the morning there, and then in the afternoon session in Milan, Cortina, it is Estonia, Norway, Korea, Czechia, Sweden, Italy, Great Britain, United States, and then Korea, United States, Canada, Estonia, Czechia, Switzerland, and Norway, Italy in the evening session. Milan, Cortina, and then that is it. And then Monday is going to have, or Sunday is going to have, 3 sessions as well. 2 full sessions with all 4 sheets. And then one with just 2 sheets, like in the morning. And then Monday morning is going to have one. And then Monday evening in Milan, in the Olympics, we're going to have two mixed doubles semifinal. And then the bronze and gold medal game on Tuesday. And then the Olympic ice hockey tournament. We had Japan beat France 3-2, and Switzerland beat Czechia 4-3. So Japan had 38 shots to go, France with 25. It was scoreless after the first period. Then the second period, it was late in the first. Yukita scored a goal with 38-34. Badrit with one in the 39-42. Tied up at 1. And then Ido M and Maria S 56-3 and 57-50. And then D series D series with a goal with the skater off the goalie off with extra skater. And then Switzerland got a goal. It was 2-1 Czechia after 1. With 36 shots over Czechia, 3-1 for Switzerland in the game. And then with 132 in the game, Koba K. And then L. Zimmerman. And then with the goal 132 in. And then L. Zimmerman for Switzerland with 716. And Koba 833 in. And then A. Moeller with 49-33 in the third period. And then T. Plosova 46-9 in. And then L. Christian 57-40 in win. And then the shootout. And they have after a 5-minute period. Then I believe there used to be ties actually in Olympic hockey in no shootout, but they do the shootout though. And Switzerland and what they're doing now is in this year's tournament, the IHF, the International Ice Hockey Federation, all 5 teams in Group A. So you have United States, Canada, Finland, Czechia, and Switzerland. They're the teams that are like higher in the rankings, so they automatically advance to the quarters. And then the 5 teams in the Group B, which is the bottom tier group, which you have Japan, Sweden, Germany, Italy, Sweden, like France, Germany. So 3 out of 5 from that group qualify. So I'm surprised they didn't do top 4 from each group, But if I can see how they stack the groups, if they stack Group A and then they stack Group B, how they stack the groups. So so like the teams that are weaker actually have a fighting chance to make it to the Olympics, which is just fair, You know what I mean? Because then if you did 3 and 2 even, you still get there, but, it'd be kind of unfair. And yeah, that is it for the Olympics tomorrow. For ice hockey, we have 3 or 4 games on Saturday. 2 or 1 in the a few in the afternoon. We have Germany, Japan, Sweden, Italy in Group B. Then Group A is United States, Finland, and then it'll be Switzerland, Canada, in the night session, the evening session, and then and then on the 7th we also have when freestyle skiing, we have the free ski slopestyle qualification. Runs 1 and 2 in the morning. And then the men's downhill will be going on for the medal. And then the 10 kilometer plus 10 kilometer skiathon will be going on. And then in the afternoon. And then the free ski slopestyle qualification for the men will be going on in the afternoon. And then the 3,000 meter speed skate is going on in the afternoon and there. And then the men's luge, there's 2 singles runs for men's luge in the afternoon. One into the evening there in Milan. And then the Nordic Hill individual trial round for ski jumping. Or the first round, actually. And then the first round of the women's Nordic Hill individual first round will be going on. And then in the evening there. Same with the men's big air final. They had 30 qualifiers. They narrowed it down to top 12, doing 3 runs. And your best 2 out of 3 runs count. And they're going to have the runs in the evening. It's going to be about an hour and a half, 15 minutes, hour and a half there. And then we have the team event, men's single skiing. That's for the qualifying. And you determine who qualifies for the men's. For the men's single ski, which teams qualify. And then the ski jumping, the women's Nordic Hill individual final round in the evening. And then figure skiing. We have figure skiing, ice dance as well. And I mentioned the hockey and the curling as well.